Welcome to JSA TV Live, the newsroom for telecom and data center professionals. I'm Barb Mitchell, coming to you today live from the floor of Datacloud Global Congress here in beautiful Monaco. And joining me is Wouter, Everaert, CEO of SilverFalcon Data Centers.
Great to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a busy week. I'm sure it has been for you.
Definitely.
Yeah. Always so great to come and chat with new folks. This is our first time talking and having an interview of this kind. So pleased to talk to you. I know that there's a bit of a history, but SilverFalcon, my understanding is you were founded in 2021. Talk a little bit about that history.
So I think our data center experience dates back a little bit longer, but the actual incorporation of the company was in 2021 when we acquired a big data center facility in Amsterdam,
right,
which was back in the day already known as being a very sustainable development in the port area, Westpoort. It is, let's say, it comes from our history of real estate development and urban redevelopment as we were developing a large new city in the city of Amsterdam at Southeast, right, where there's also a lot of data center development going on. So our location for the data center is a little bit more northwest of the city. And well, perhaps I'll continue a little bit on the data center itself. It's 100 MVA utility power, 78 megawatts IT data center, which it consists of 3 towers. So it's a phased approach, kind of a campus approach, where you have the build of the 3 towers. We started with our first tower last year. So we finalized currently the on-site substation for 100 MVA, and we continued with the ground floor and the foundation. So we're going up pretty rapidly now because the core and shell is going up by the end of this year. Okay. In total, the facility, to give a number of ideas, it's 106,000 square meters of development, provides per tower 9 data floors. And that's already an interesting thing and probably bridges to some things I wanted to talk about around sustainability. Right. We have done the design in a way that we can combine traditional air cooling with all kinds of liquid and immersion cooling types of new technologies. So we're, except for just being sustainable, we're also future-proofing in the sense that we, as a data center provider, but also the sister companies, firmly believe in immersion cooling, whether it's 2-phase or 1-phase, for the future, because it helps us also to reuse the heat.
So, just sort of recapping here. So your company has a history in the data center space, formally starting as SilverFalcon Data Centers in 2021, and now you're building out this facility, which is set, I think, to be fully ready to market in 2025, I believe.
Yep, beginning 25, potentially a little bit earlier for early access, but
great.
That's let's say 2025. That's ballpark what we aim for together with our clients.
Yeah, fantastic. And I also understand that since the beginning, you've been very focused on sustainability with a real effort and promise to be, a green data center. So you've already talked about some aspects of that, but how are you really moving forward with that commitment?
Yeah. I think there's before we go into, let's say, the 7 items I want to just tick off with you. It's a very genuine ambition from the group to be as sustainable as we can. We saw also in the real estate development that we're doing that by combining a number of proven technologies and techniques that we can be more efficient with the energy that we use. And for a founder, it was more of a question how that energy ecosystem or the energy balance of data centers could be better used in an urban environment. That's why I think the location that we have, except for excellent connectivity, is such an interesting environment to be in, because we can easily recapture the heat. So on those 7 points, I think one of the things I already mentioned is by the design where we have immersion cooling together with traditional air cooling, there we can easily fall within the envelope that the municipality of Amsterdam allows for in terms of PUE of 120. So on design, we can do way better. So we can have that discussion with our clients around the specific numbers, but it's a very interesting way for both parties to win on that development. Second one is water. It wasn't a big question when we acquired the project 2 years ago. It's getting more and more scrutiny these days and attention, especially for what is going on in southern parts of Europe, especially also in the US. Right. We are not using any drinking water for our cooling. So we are using recycled water, industrial water, because we're in port area. That's another big advantage of being at the location where we are in the port area. Yep. Third one is the heat reuse. Heat reuse, given that we are doing a combination of technologies, we can capture the heat better than in other data centers, but we have a cooperation agreement with the municipality of Amsterdam and with a big utility company to reuse the heat in the district heating network. Because also, again, the location, we are 250 meters out of the district heating network, so we can pump in all the heat, and we can heat with the heat that we have around 85,000 homes. So that's, I think, first big project, big step in the Netherlands to do such a large heat recapture from data centers. Fourth one is we're not using diesel, we're not using HVO for the gensets. Potentially in the future, looking at hydrogen, because again, we're in port area. There will be a hydrogen loop, hydrogen grid in the area. So if the technology, the equipment is available, we'll look into that, and probably for second or third phase, go for hydrogen as a backup power system. We're building on a small plot, so we're not using a lot of land, which is also, I think, very important from a sustainability agenda. We're building the building in such a way that we could, if we would ever need to use the building for another purpose, we could repurpose it to residential or to office, because the clearance floor to ceiling is quite high, so we can easily put a floor in between for those other functionalities that we can give the building. And then last but not least, it's an important one, the way we build the core and shell is in such a way that we can dismantle the entire building and reuse whatever comes out. So that's we've put a lot of attention to that from the start, and I hope while we're building, and that all of our stakeholders and clients will appreciate what we've done in design.
Mm-hmm. It's so nice to hear something, just a really clear platform with these 7 pillars that you're focused on. And thank you for sharing that. And I'm sure a lot of folks that are tuned in now, or may want to connect with you here while in Monaco or after the show is over. If they want to hear more, where can they go to connect with you?
Well, they can look at our website, which is SilverFalconDC.com. There they can find a 4-page document with a number of, let's say, more essential information around the development. And of course, they can reach out to me or any of the colleagues through the contact details that are on the website.
Perfect. So everything you just outlined will be on a clear document for download on your website.
Definitely.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're not making it a secret. So all the things that we're doing, it's any of those items is proven technology. So it's not rocket science, but the way we combine all those things makes us, we believe, a very sustainable development.
Fantastic. So important. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate you taking the time out of what is a very, very busy day, a busy show. So thank you for taking the time to talk to us. And thank you, viewers, for tuning in to JSA TV live today from Datacloud Global Congress. Until next time.